Hey kids, it's me, Toni Homeperm, the singing diva of Long Island. If you enjoy videos where you get to see me create a fabulous drag look, well then guess what? You've tuned into the right channel. Now today, what I decided to do, because everywhere I look on YouTube as far as makeup enthusiasts, beauty influencers, the only videos I have been seeing are about the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands Palette. And I'll throw a little picture of it up on the screen for you to see. It is a very bright, not really pastel, not really neon kind of a palette. There's mattes, there's duochromes, there's shimmers, and everybody's been going crazy about it. That's all I see. Everybody that I follow on YouTube seems to have gotten the palette in PR, and they're doing videos on it and creating looks. It is a beautiful palette. Let me just say that it's really beautiful. Would I have objected to getting it in PR? Absolutely not. I would have loved to have gotten that palette in PR. However, you know, I don't have enough followers to rate getting a Nomad Cosmetics palette in PR. So when I saw the palette and all the videos, I said to myself, let me do what I like to do and go through all of my palettes in my eyeshadow collection and see if I can pull colors that dupe the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette. And that is what I did today. Now let me preface this entire video by saying I am in no way, shape, or form trying to tell anyone not to get the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette. If you want the palette, buy the palette. I just felt that I have enough palettes in my collection right now. I really can't afford to be buying a lot of palettes. I certainly can't afford to buy every new palette that comes out. And I know a lot of the viewers, you can't afford it either. I mean, it would be great to get palettes in PR, but most of us don't. Usually we have to really think about what palette we're going to add to our collection, and sometimes even though we may think a palette is beautiful, we just feel like we don't need to add it to our collection. And that's basically how I felt with this palette. I feel it's beautiful, but it's not one that I need to add to my own collection. Okay, so I think I have all of the disclaimers out of the way. Really, what this type of video is for me is just a way to have fun, pull out all my palettes and swatch and find colors that I already have in my palette collection that are dupes or similar to the colors in a specific palette. And that's exactly what I did today. Let me also say, I really don't recommend this method because it's crazy. Let me tell you, I had to pull out so many palettes. I'm not even going to show you. I mean, it's this giant stack of palettes that I had to pull out, you know, and to try and get shades that were dupes or close to the colors in the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette. And honestly, it would have been so much easier just to buy the palette, but I'm on a very low buy, so I'm not adding palettes to my collection right now. But I really don't recommend doing this. It's so much easier to just buy the palette. But it was fun to do. It was fun to do. I had the time, so I said, let me just pull out palettes and play and see what I find. Now, I went through this in 2 stages because originally I was looking at arm swatches on the Nomad Cosmetics website, but I was having difficulty with it. And then I went and I looked at Nikki Raven's swatches. She did eye swatches, and I'm going to leave a link to her videos. She did one video of swatches and another video of 6 eye looks, and I will put links to those videos down below. And I watched her video where she did eye swatches with the palette, and seeing those, I feel I was able to get I was able to find colors in my own collection that were much closer to what's actually in the palette. I don't know, for some reason, what is on the Nomad Cosmetics website, it doesn't exactly look like what I've seen in the videos that creators are making. So I don't know if they tweaked the, the colors somewhat for the website, but I don't know. I just felt that what Nikki showed in her video, because it was, real-time video, it seemed to me like those were really, really the truest representation of the colors in the Paradise Islands palette. So I'm going to throw my arm swatches up on the screen for you to see, and I'm going to go through what Nomad has on their website as to the color name and description, and I will tell you what I found in my collection to sort of dupe it. And let me also say, I don't call these like formula dupes, because I don't have any Nomad Cosmetics palettes. I really don't know how the formula is. I was really just going off of what I saw on screen. So there you have it. Okay, so going from left to right, we have the first color, which is called Bora Bora, and it's described as a duochrome pink sand with blue shift. And in my collection, I found the color #glow. It's from the Ruby May #vibes palette, and I don't know, I didn't really see in Nikki's swatches like a blue shift. I'm not 100% sure if this is the best dupe for Bora Bora, but it looked close enough, so it worked for me. Next is Sun, which is a shimmer sunset pink, and I found in the BH Cosmetics Cotton Candy palette the color called Fluff. The next color is Sky. It's a matte blush pink, and I found in my collection the color Strawberry Milk from Shroud Cosmetics Creepy Cute palette. Next is Moon, which is described as a shimmer bright coral, and this one I didn't really get that close to it. The closest I could find in my collection was from the BH Cosmetics Scorpion Sting palette, the color Sandy Sneak. And it may be a little bit too orange, but I think overall it works. The next color is Taimana, and it's described as a matte papaya. And I found in my Chaotic Cosmetics Brainwashed palette the color called Living Dead. The next color is Moria, which is described as a shimmer hibiscus pink. And I went back to the BH Cosmetics Cotton Candy palette, and I found the color Twirl. Next is Fish. It is described as a shimmer seaweed green. I went into my BH Cosmetics Pistachio palette, and I found the color Sweet Life, and I thought that was a very good dupe for Fish. Next is Tiki Toa. It is a matte chartreuse green, and I actually found one of my singles, one of the few singles that I have. It's Acid Berry from Sugar Pill, and I actually think I don't think they make this color anymore. I think they have a similar color, but it's a different name. Next we have Turtle, a shimmer sea green, and I found in my Ruby May Pop Zombie palette the color Plague. Next is Lizard, a matte Rainforest green, and I found the color Kiss My Mass from ColourPop's Just My Luck palette. And I have to tell you, this green on the website, the swatch that they have, it looks almost like a blackish Kelly green, but in Nikki's eye swatches, it didn't look anywhere near that dark, and it seemed to me that the green from the Just My Luck palette, it looked pretty close. Next is Shark, a shimmer sea blue. This was easy. I just went to my Kaleidos Electro Turquoise palette and used the color Voltaire, one of the most beautiful blue shimmers in my makeup collection. Next is Stingray, which is a matte teal blue, and I found the color Digiteal out of the same palette, the Kaleidos Electro Turquoise palette. Next is the color, I'm not sure the pronunciation, Huahin, and it's a matte azure blue. And I found in my Ruby May hashtag Brights palette the color hashtag Boo. Now this color, Te Moana, at least that's what it's called on the website, but I think on the palette it may be listed as the color Ocean. Not positive, but it's either Te Moana or Ocean. And it's a shimmer sapphire blue. And I found out of my BH Cosmetics Bubblegum palette the color Pop. Next is Dolphin. It's a matte island blue. And I found out of my BH Cosmetics 80s Retro Dance palette the color Man Eater. She's a man eater. Yes, Hall & Oates. Next is Whale. It's a duochrome baby blue with lavender shift. And for me, I found in my BH Cosmetics Sub-Zero palette the color Frozen in Place. I don't think it's a duochrome, but it looked close enough. Next is Seashell, which is a matte lilac purple. And I found in my ColourPop Lilac You A Lot palette the color Ghostin'. And last but not least, the color Tahiti, a shimmer violet purple, and I found the color Charmed from my Book of Magic palette. So there you have it. There are the colors that I found in my eyeshadow collection that had shades that looked pretty close to shades from the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette. As I was saying, it's a lot of work to do this. I mean, you got to pull out a lot of palettes. I have such a mess that I have to reorganize all my palettes now after doing this. But it's a fun thing for me to do because I know I'm not going to get the palette. This way I can sort of, get that feeling of FOMO that I've missed out on getting the palette out of my system, because I've proven to myself that I can create a look similar to what I could create from if I had the actual palette out of my own collection. So that's really all it is. Now the look that I created today is actually based on a look that Nikki Raven did in her 6-look video using the Paradise palette. And when we get into the tutorial, I will show you a picture of her look, what I was trying to replicate. And I have to say, I think I did a pretty good job of replicating her look and turning it into a drag look. So, I'm pretty happy with it. Well, I think that's way too long of an intro as it is, so I'm not going to continue to talk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the tape back in time and show you how I created this look today, duping the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. I glued my eyebrows down, did my base foundation, and I used a weird combination. It was some of this old Maybelline Super Stay Stick Foundation and a NYX, I think it's their Born This Way foundation, I think. No, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I don't know. And the bottle's actually, I don't want to hold it up, the bottle's actually broken, and I sort of just have to scoop it out to get it out of the jar and apply it. And it's actually more of a medium coverage foundation, but I'm only doing a video today. This is not a performance look, so I'm not going to be on stage and under hot lights and moving around and getting sweaty and all that. So just for video, this combination is fine. And I did a little bit of highlighting with my Meron white cream stick. And that's about it. Eyebrows are they're not bad today. I'm getting quicker. I'm getting more accurate with them, and I'm okay with them today. So, the look that I'm doing is a look that was done by Nikki Raven, a YouTuber that I just love her videos. She's from, I believe she's from, okay, I just wanted to double check. Yes, she is from the Netherlands, and I love her makeup reviews, and she'll do like upcoming makeup releases and things like that. And her channel's really fun, and I just love her videos. So, Nikki, if you ever want to collab with a drag queen from Long Island, hit me up, girl. So anyway, Nikki did a very in-depth review of the Nomad Cosmetics, the Paradise Islands palette. I'll put the links down below. She did one video where she did all the swatches on her eye, which was very helpful to me for pulling colors out of my palettes to, you know, try to come as close to the palettes in the Paradise palette. And she also did another video where she did like 6 looks from the one palette, which unfortunately it's not something that I can do. Honestly, because I'm creating a drag look, you know, I'm gluing down eyebrows and things like that, and I'm lucky that I can do like 1 look a day. That's really all I can muster with a drag look, because it's just too much on the skin, the brows, and everything to try to do more than 1 in a day. So anyway, I'm gonna pop up the look that Nikki did. This was from her video where she did, I believe it was 6 looks with the Paradise Islands palette, and this was the first look, and I really like that look. And what I want to do is, because I did, as you will see, or have seen, you're going to have already seen it in the intro. I haven't done the intro yet. I'm going to show you like an arm swatch, or I did show you the arm swatch, where I have all the colors that I pulled from my palettes to try to dupe the Paradise Islands palette. And what I like to do when I'm trying to duplicate the color scheme from a palette that I don't have, I'd like to find a look of a creator who's actually used the palette and try to come as close to it, you know, with a drag version as I can. So that's the look that Nikki did, and I'm going to attempt a drag look inspired by her look. I also did the same thing with the Gila palette from Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyquist. When I saw that palette, and I created my own dupe of it out of eyeshadows from my own palettes, I created a look based on a look that Angelica did, just so I could, you know, prove to myself that I pulled the right colors, I guess. Is any of this making sense? I don't know. But there you have it. So anyway, I'm going to try to create a drag version of the look that Nikki did. And the first thing she did was she put a base down on the eyes with the color Dolphin from the Paradise Islands palette. And then my dupe for Dolphin, I'm looking at my little cheat sheet here, was Maneater. And I found that in this BH Cosmetics, this is, what is there? The 80s Remix Dance palette. I haven't even used this palette yet, but this color Maneater, I felt was very close to the color Dolphin. So we're gonna put that all over, and we're just gonna see how that works. I was very happy to find a dupe in a BH Cosmetics palette, because I really love the BH Cosmetics formula. I really do. I hope that things don't change now that they've been bought by Makeup Revolution. Also, I did put tape down because I want to try to have as defined an edge as possible, because these are pretty light colors. And the Paradise palette, it doesn't really have a lot of depth. It's a very sort of bright, springy kind of color story. And it's a beautiful color story, don't get me wrong, but it's not necessarily one that really, you know, it might not work for drag. I really prefer to have depth in a drag look. I mean, you know, black eyeshadow, a good black eyeshadow is a drag queen's best friend. It truly is. But for the sake of the video, we won't have any black in today's look. Not in eyeshadow anyway. We'll definitely have some in liner. Okay, now when Nikki did this look, she did a very sort of just a wash of Dolphin. She didn't really build it up that heavily, so I'm also not going to build Maneater up that heavy either. It's really just going to be a wash. I am going to just lay some down on the lid, and I have a reason for that. Not that I want it really to be built up on the lid, but I just want a sheer coat. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. So let me do the same on the other side, and then we'll be back to begin the next stage. Okay, I'm back. I did a light wash of my dupe for Dolphin, which is the color Maneater from the BH Cosmetics 80s Remix Dance Palette. so many names. Okay, so I'm happy with that light wash on both sides. So the next thing that Nikki did, looking at all my notes and pulling out palettes, she went in with the color which she couldn't pronounce. I'm not sure the pronunciation either. Huahine? I don't know if that's correct. Huahine. So, I'm just going to pronounce it as Huahine. So, it's a very dark blue, and my dupe for that I found in, no, not this palette. I found it in my Ruby May hashtag Brights palette, and it's this color hashtag Boo, a really beautiful, vibrant blue, and she just went in with that on the eye. One of the things I am enjoying about doing these videos where I'm sort of curating a dupe for these popular palettes is I'm pulling out palettes that I haven't looked at in a long time. Some of them, you know, I may not have even used, because the BH Cosmetics, the 80s dance remix, or 80s remix dance palette, I have yet to actually use it. This is my first time actually using it. I think I got it right after Christmas. BH was having a really big sale, and it was really cheap. And I got that, and a couple other palettes too. I think I got a couple of the Birthstone palettes and a few others that were extremely cheap, like just a couple dollars. I think one of the ones that I got, I think, was only like $2. I mean, $2 for a BH Cosmetics palette. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, the regular prices are extremely affordable, and I really do love the BH Cosmetics formula. And I do like the Ruby May formula too. Okay, that's looking okay. I'm gonna just continue to build this up, blend it out. I'll probably go in with a little more of Man-Eater as well, because I feel like. So I'm going to continue to blend these two colors out and do the same on the other side. And then I'm going to cut the crease. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. I had to wait a few minutes because they were collecting garbage today. And of course the garbage truck was right outside my window. And I didn't think it was conducive to filming with all that racket going on. So anyway, I blended everything out, re-intensified, I cut the crease, and I put some glitter, NYX glitter primer down on this eye. And what Nikki did in her look is she went over what she laid down with the color Fish, which is this beautiful sort of acid green shimmer. And my dupe for that was from the BH Cosmetics Pistachio palette, and it's this color called Sweet Life right there. At least from what I was able to see online, it looked like the closest color in my collection to that color, and it really is. It's such a beautiful shimmer. The shimmers in this Sweet Shop collection are just, they're just so beautiful. So just going to grab a packing brush, and we're going to apply Sweet Life to the eye. Let's hope this works. One of the things I do like about this look is she didn't use too many shadows. Really, I think it's just four shadows in this look. So that makes it a bit easier. And I'm hoping that I will be able to pull this off. I mean, the one good thing I can say is all the shadows that I'm using to dupe the Paradise palette and this look, they're all really good. So I'm hopeful that it will turn out the way I like, the way I want it to. Sometimes when you buy a palette that's made to be a dupe for another palette, I mean, sometimes the the colors, they just don't measure up, and well, that happens with a dupe palette. And I was just hoping that by pulling shadows out of my own collection that I knew were good, that I felt were close to what was in the Paradise palette, that it would work. And I think that looks really, really nice. That shimmer, Sweet Life, is really beautiful. And yeah, so far so good. I'm going to blend out this outer edge and put Sweet Life on this side. And then I'm going to do a little bit of liner work, and then I'll be right back to do the under eye. Stay tuned. Okay, I am back. I put Sweet Life on the crease of both eyes, sort of blended out the sides, the edges, and did a little bit of liner work. I didn't want to go too crazy, but it was important for this look to have some liner work. Okay, so I believe the next thing that Nikki did with her look is she went in with the color Bora Bora, which is sort of this pinky sort of shimmer, and I found in my collection, in my Ruby May Vibes palette, this color called #Glow. And actually looking, this palette, a lot of my palettes, this sort of has a similar vibe to the Paradise palette. A lot of palettes in my collection do. I happen to have a lot of palettes in my collection with a similar color story to the Paradise palette, and it's a good color story. Don't get me wrong. I just am not feeling the need right now to add anything into my collection. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to go back over the liner work of the inner corner, but that's okay. I don't mind having to do that. Honestly, if I weren't trying to duplicate Nikki's look, I probably would not have even bothered with this color on the inner corner, but I want to stay true to what she created, so we're going in with it. And of course, one of the good things about replicating a look that somebody else has done is it forces you to go outside of the box of doing what you would normally fall back on. So this is not something that I would probably do normally, but we're going ahead with it, and yeah, I think it looks nice. I may have to touch up a little bit more, go back in with a little bit of Sweet Life as well. We'll see. It's all good. Okay, and then I think the next thing that she did is pretty much the last thing. She went in with the dark blue on the outer edge of the eye, and I'm going to use my favorite pencil brush for that. Go back into, for me it's the color Boo. In the Nomad palette it's the color Wahine. Basically what we're doing is going in like that. I think with this look I'll be putting white in the waterline to keep it bright, and I think that's basically it. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off the eyes. I may go back in with a little bit of Sweet Life and blend Sweet Life and what was the other color? #Glow a little bit more on the eye, and hop off camera, finish the face off, and come back with a finished drag look. Stay tuned. And I'm back, and here it is, the finished drag look. What do you all think? Well, I am feeling very tropical, very Paradise Islands with this look that I did today. And Nikki Raven, what do you think? Please let me know. I have to say that I'm really loving this eye look that I did that was inspired by Nikki's look. And I really tried to stick very closely to what Nikki did while still translating it into a drag look. Because why? Because I'm a drag queen. That's why. But I really think everything came together, and I think this is a really fun look. I pulled out this new frock that was a gift from a very special friend. She didn't want it anymore, and I said, oh, this is so like tropical. I think it will really set off the look really nicely because it's got a lot of the same colors as the eye look, and I think it really looks good. I'm really happy with the look. Now, of course, I always have to fill you in on what I did off camera. Of course, there was my usual drag contouring and highlighting, and I actually decided for the blush, when I was looking at what colors were in the Nomad Paradise Islands palette, I said if I actually had the palette and I wanted to use a color out of there for the blush, what would I use? And I felt that the color Sky would have been a really nice color to use for blush. And in my collection, I found in my Creepy Cute palette, I felt that Strawberry Milk was the closest color in my eyeshadow collection that came close to Sky. So I actually used that for the blush. It's a little light. I don't know if I'm 100% happy with it. It might have looked better with a deeper blush, but it's okay. I don't hate it. I just don't think that I'm 100% happy with it. But I like it. I like it. For highlight, I thought if I actually had the palette, I might use that color Bora Bora, which is on the inside of the eye as the highlight. So I said, why not? So I went ahead and I used what I have as a dupe for it, which is hashtag Glow from that Ruby May palette, and I used that for the upper cheek highlight, and I think it's really nice, really pretty, and I like it. At first I thought maybe it was too dark of a color to use for a highlight, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. For the lip, now Nikki did a very nude lip with her look, and it worked for her, but I just didn't feel like it was going to work for me with a drag look. So I grabbed a Wet n Wild liquid catsuit. This is the color Berry Recognize, and I thought it would work well with the color of the wig that I was doing, this blonde with the pink, and with, you know, the colors that are in the dress, and just ombre it with a little bit of white liquid lipstick. That's my Chaotic Cosmetics Ghostly Soul. By the way, I actually did a separate video showing how I did the lips, just to give you an in-depth tutorial on how to do a drag lip, and that will be coming out sometime after this video, so be sure to click the notify button so that YouTube lets you know when that one comes out. So there you have it. Here is the look that I created by duping colors in the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette, using shadows that I have in the various sundry palettes that I own. And I tried to replicate this look that Nikki Raven did, and I think I did a good job. I really feel like it's a good drag version of the look that she created with the Paradise Islands palette. Now, if you like this video, then please hit the like button down below. And of course, as long as you're hitting the like button, you might as well click on the subscribe and the notification bell. This way, YouTube lets you know every time one of my new videos comes out. You can always catch me in my weekly podcast, God'll Get You for That, Walter. That's the show I do with Tom Cat. We review episodes of the 1970s sitcom Maude. We talk about how things were in the 1970s, how things have changed, and in many ways how things have still stayed the same. But we do it with a lot of laughs along the way. There's also my internet variety show, Naughty or Nice, the show I do with the horror diva Alexis Flame. We have a full line of merchandise for Naughty or Nice, and all the details for the shows, the merchandise, everywhere to find me, Toni Homeperm, on social media. It's all listed down below. Well, kids, that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, watching me create a look by duping the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette. If you really want the Nomad Cosmetics Paradise Islands palette, then by all means, make yourselves happy, buy the palette for yourselves, and have as much fun with it as you possibly can. Well, that is all that I have for you today, kids. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see all of you again in the next one. Bye-bye.